eyes in the sky, gazing far into the night. I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe it's true, baby, won't you let the light shine through for you, 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 won't you let the light shine through?
What's going on, guys? It's Black Widow Supra, and guess what? Today we're gonna talk about the R34. Yeah, that's right.
I bought a Nissan Skyline R34.
Yeah, that's right. I bought a Nissan Skyline R34. I told you I was gonna do it. I planned it and planned it and planned it, and guess what? I came across this gem of a turd sitting in the back of some backyard. Yeah, that's for real, sitting in the back of your backyard. And it turned out it was a Motorex legal car. Who knew? Well, I got lucky, and the guy gave me a steal of a deal, and I made the deal. I had to get it. So, a lot of you want to know what we're gonna do with the R34. Let me show you. So let's talk about the R34. Why did I want one? Well, since I was a kid, I've always been a fan of my Toyota Supra. The Black Widow Supra. So, I've always wanted a 34. Finding one was always a trick. Being able to buy one legally was then the next hurdle I had to come over. And being able to finally actually attain the vehicle, finance-wise, is another hurdle. So there's three major hurdles. Money, because you can't finance the car. Location, because you can't find them. And then legalities of owning one. I had to go and I had to search and search and search, and I finally came across this gem of a turd, and I bought it because it's a GTT. What the difference is, now, if none of you know anything about the Nissan Skyline R34, there are a couple of different models, but the main models of the Skyline are the R34 GTT and then the R34 GTR. The GTR is an all-wheel drive, twin-turbo RB26, which means all four wheels would go at the same time. It's got an RB26 twin turbo. It's got a high-skis rear end. It's a wider rear end, quarter panel, wider front fenders, wider front bumper, different hood. On an R34 GTT, on the other hand, it's rear-wheel drive. Instead of it being an RB26, it's an RB25 engine. This is a Series 2 engine, which is like the most sought-after RB25. It is a single turbo as opposed to a twin turbo, which is great because we're gonna keep it single anyway, which is phenomenal. And then the tuning options for this car, in my professional opinion, are a lot more. And also, the value of this car is a lot less than a GTR. GTR typically in the United States goes anywhere starting between 80 grand and up. And I mean up. They go up to like 200, 250, almost $300,000. This little gem goes for roughly anywhere between $20,000 and $40,000, depending on its condition. I got really lucky with this one. I'm not gonna tell you how much I paid for it, but I got a steal of a deal. Let's put it that way. So what are we gonna do to it? Well, I've told everybody I want to do a GTR conversion, but what I mean by that is exterior. I want to do GTR front fenders to make it wide, GTR front bumper, Nismo carbon fiber hood. I want to do the, I'm sorry, not Nismo, the Z-Tune carbon fiber hood, Z-Tune style GTR fenders. I'm going to do cross-factory cross-factory side skirts with a cross-factory wide body riveted on, similar to the Widow. And then we'll do a GTR rear bumper, GTR taillight covers, carbon fiber trunk, and a June style carbon fiber wing. Interior is going to get nonetheless the treatment. We're going to do blue Sparko racing seats with Takata harnesses. It'll have a personal steering wheel. All the lighting for this car, this theme of this car is the White Widow. So it's going to be white, blue, with gray accents. And we're going to go full-fledged Volt T37s. I'm probably going to do a big brake kit on it, a big blue brake from a big blue brake kit. White Volt T37s. I'm going to keep the car white, and I'm going to build it on the channel. The point of this car was to buy it and actually do a build. I did the Widow myself without any YouTube, and I came out with the Widow and we did a couple of things to it. But this car, we're gonna take from the turd it is and turn it into the monster it's gonna be. Yes, we are gonna mess with stuff under the hood. That will come later. I wanna focus on the exterior and getting it to look the part. It already has a turbocharged engine. It's already single and it makes good power, like really good power. Factory, these things can handle about roughly, I think they can handle about 400 horsepower factory. So we're gonna probably turn it up to about 400 horsepower, put a blow-off valve, do some hard intercooler piping. We're gonna do a full titanium 4-inch exhaust system. We'll do a two-step. Yes, it will shoot flames. Yes, it will pop and bang and go wah, pop, 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 pow. It's gonna do all that stuff. The cool thing about this car though is the rarity factor. Not a lot of people have it. Not a lot of YouTubers have it. Not a lot of people are willing to actually touch a 34, let alone buy one and modify it on YouTube. Well, that's what I'm here for. So any questions and comments and concerns about it? The car is a 1998 Nissan Skyline R34 GTT. And like I said, we're gonna do a ton of stuff. I'm gonna do a little bit of a walk around with Lori holding the camera. Say hi, Lori.
Hi.
We're gonna do a little bit of a walk around. I'm gonna pop the hood and we're gonna go over some features of the engine. I hope you guys like it. All right, guys, so check it out. An R34 Skyline comes from Japan, which means in Japan, they drive on the right-hand side. So I'm gonna go get in the left side. Lori's gonna come with me. Hope she doesn't fall. But I'm gonna get in this car, right? And I'm gonna sit in here. You can come over here and see. Okay, I'm getting in. All right. Oh wait, there's no steering wheel. Why is it over here? It's over here. We gotta go on that side. Let's do it. So we're gonna go around this way, because it's a lot easier. And I'm gonna show you guys some cool things about an R34 Skyline that I think you're gonna like. By the way, we're in my shop. All right, now I'm getting in. Oh wow, getting in this thing sucks. Okay, so I'm in an R34 Sky. I'm on the right-hand side. Yeah, it was weird driving this. The first time I ever drove it on public roads was extremely weird. Very scary experience. But let's talk about benefits and features to right-hand drive. The steering angle is phenomenal. The sitting position, after about 25 minutes, you figure it out. It's actually really easy. A cool feature with the R34 is the turn signals. Now, your conventional turn signal is on the right-hand side. So every time I go to hit the turn signal, I hit the damn window wipers. I can't tell you how many times I've actually hit the window wipers trying to turn the car. The turn signal is actually here. This is the turn signal. It's on the right-hand side. And every time you hit it, and every Skyline owner will tell you the same, any right-hand drive owner will tell you the same, every time you go to hit the turn signal, you hit the damn window wipers because you're thinking in your head, oh, I want to hit the turn signal. Another cool feature, the clutch. Same position as the Supra, brake, gas. Same position as a left-hand drive car. Now let's go over here to the shifter. Now you would think if I'm in a right-hand drive car, this would be first gear. You're wrong. That's actually fifth gear. To drive a right-hand drive car, you have to go all the way over. That's first, second, third, fourth, fifth, and reverse. That's how a Skyline is driven. Another cool feature with this car, I don't have the key on me, but the radio. So the radio actually comes from Japan. I don't know if you can see that. Can you zoom in on that? Here, we're gonna zoom in a little. I'm gonna show you guys. I don't know if you can see that. Japanese writing. But it's got Japanese writing on it. Here, Lori. It's got Japanese writing on it. So because it's got Japanese writing on it, that means this radio's from Japan. That being said, it's kind of funny because every time I drive the car, it's got GPS. It says I'm in the ocean. Why is that? I Googled it. I tried to figure out why it would say that. I'm gonna tell you why. Because the satellites in Japan are different than the satellites in the United States. Satellites in Japan actually go over Japan only. They don't come over the United States. So their radios are set up to their satellites, meaning that little satellite catcher over there in the corner, yeah, that's only gonna catch Japan. So this car always thinks it's ocean, which is kind of funny. So, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and pop the hood, and we're gonna go check out some cool stuff up here. Oh, getting in and out of this thing is fun. Oh, also, another feature. Japanese cars, phenomenal. Oh, the key's not in it. The mirrors are actually automatic, which is really cool. I'll grab the key and I'll show you in a minute what I'm talking about. We're gonna come over to the engine. The coveted RB25. Okay, not so coveted as much as an RB26, but nonetheless, very coveted. This is an RB25 Series 2 engine. So what that means, it's an inline six, 2.5 liter, single turbo. The turbo is very tiny. It's about this big. It's nowhere near the window. The window's kind of like that big. Yeah. Anyway, what's really cool about this car coming from Japan is everything is pretty much in Japanese. If you come over here, Lori, the actual, I'm not going to show you the code, but that's the error code. We're not going to show that. But if you look here, there's all this Japanese writing all over it. And I couldn't understand 90% of the things that were on this car. That being said, all of the coding is right here. So you can see all of this cool stuff. All this Japanese writing on the headlights. Over here on the headlights, there's Japanese writing, and everywhere there's Japanese. So this car is legit a Japanese monster. Now, what I will tell you about the R34 is from Japan, they come pretty heavily modified. No, we're not gonna start it. They come pretty heavily modified. 9 times out of 10, it's very hard to find a bone stock one because a lot of drifters buy these cars. And what they do is they take them out, they modify them, because in Japan, the R34, the R32 and the R33 are the rear-wheel drive. The GTT models and the GTTS models are all usually used for drifting. Drifter kids actually can afford them. They're cheap. This car in Japan probably would sell somewhere between $7,000 and $12,000 American. Over here in the United States, I spoke about it earlier, somewhere between $20,000 and $40,000. That's just because we can't have it and we don't have it, which is really kind of cool. Other benefits and features to this car, which is really cool. This came with coilovers. I'm not entirely sure what kind of coilovers, but it did come with coilovers. They are fully adjustable. They're phenomenal coilovers. They handle epically. Another cool feature, I'm gonna take you over to the rear of the car. Now, if I had it up on a lift, which I have a lift, but if I had it up on a lift, you could actually take the wheel and turn it. That's called Heskis all-wheel steer. It's a feature that's on the Nissan Skyline. It's a very benefited feature. A lot of Skyline owners lock it out because it scares them, or it causes oversteer, it causes the car to turn. I've experienced this oversteer, and I'm telling you, it's real. That being said, it's a lot of fun to drive it. It makes the car handle like it's on rails. So when you go into a turn, it actually turns the car with you, which I think is really cool. Let's go over back here. I'm gonna have Lori stand there for a quick second. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna turn this on. These are the iconic Nissan Skyline R34 taillights, also known as the Impala taillights. When you see these, you think Impala or you think Nissan Skyline. Well, these are actual Nissan Skyline R34 taillights. Regular bulbs, no LEDs, no craziness. The turn signal is actually in the middle, which I think is kind of cool. So the turn signal's here, and when you hit the brake, only this lights up, which I thought was cool. The backup lights are down here, and you know, it's just your typical car. I didn't know any of these features were actually on the car. So we're gonna go ahead and open the trunk, and you guys can see down here, or if you can get in there for me. I don't know if you can see down in there, but that's all the Heskis all-wheel drive control units. So all-wheel steer components. So look up here. So what's cool about that is the weight distribution of this car. The weight distribution, they put all the electronics in the back. Now in the R34 GTR, all the ECUs and controls for the all-wheel drive and the all-wheel steer components are back in there, which I think is a really cool feature. It definitely is different than most United States cars. It's very benefiting for power to weight and for weight distribution throughout the car. The car handles like it's on rails. Now we're gonna go through a little bit more about it. I'm gonna talk to you about the differences between this and the Supra. The Supra is like a cruiser. It's like a Corvette, it's like a Camaro. It's like a car that you squat and you go flying down the freeway on it. This is like a sport bike. It's nimble, it's agile, it cuts through the air, it handles like a knife. I mean, it's just wherever you want it to go, it will go. It drifts like a monster. That leads me to the other modification. Apparently the person who owned this before me definitely slid. We can tell because the bumper's all messed up in all different locations of the car. But The differential is a cause two-way LSD, meaning this thing locks up like you would not believe. This car is phenomenal for drifting. I drift the living crap out of it, which is why I'm probably planning on drifting it. Now, I was telling you guys I'm gonna wide body it and do taillights and all that jazz. The wide body is probably gonna be about that much wider. We're gonna go 18 by 11s in the rear, 18 by 10s in the front, and we'll probably keep it similar to its style that it is now, except it's gonna look way more aggressive and be way more awesome of a car. If you guys have any questions or comments or concerns about it, and if I didn't touch on any bases that you want me to touch on, please comment down below and I will do my best to answer your comments. If you haven't already liked and subscribed my videos, do so, because like I got crazy content coming your way. Not only do I have this, I have merch coming out. Finally, we've got some merch. We've got some t-shirts, and we're gonna get jet tags made. We're gonna make stickers. Everybody's gonna dig it. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Hashtag for Steve. Everyone keeps going nuts on the Instagram for it. And we're gonna do Mickey Mouse built stickers with a Mickey and zip ties and duct tape. And we're also gonna get jet tags with the R34 Skyline taillights on one side and the Supra taillights on the other side. And then hashtag for Steve and Black Widow Supra on one jet tag. And we're gonna do a couple of things, something different, I don't know. But I just wanna say thank you so much for liking and subscribing my videos. If you haven't commented, comment down below. Go ahead and like it, go and subscribe to this channel. I got crazy stuff coming your way. I'm Kyle, also known as Black Widow Supra.